that, and we've got Alfred. Kia ora, Alfred. You'll be aware of how this goes. So we've got 5 minutes for your submission, and you're welcome to leave some time for questions. So over to you.
Cool. First of all, kia ora tātou katoa tōra mātua. Greetings to everyone. Just to acknowledge you as the chair, Rachel, and also to kia ora ki a koe, Elizabeth Kirekire as well, Dr. Elizabeth Kirekire, and also to Nicola Grigg. Good to see you again down there. We're stuck up in the Pandora's Lockbox in Auckland, so not quite the reason for the beard, but you know, it's we're not quite going mad. But hey, thank you for the chance to be able to speak. I think Alice has said it right in the sense that, you know, you've got a tough job. Having been there for 9 years, I suppose I chose to wear a suit just for this, though I am wearing a pair of jandals. But the fact is, I want to honour your role of responsibility as legislators, and it comes with a huge responsibility. And in this case, around SOP 59, you're balancing both the needs of those in the non-binary agenda, self-identification and the needs that they have, but also too, you've got mainstream responsibilities as well to the rest of New Zealand and of Kiwis as well. And I think it's quite critical that you've got to get this right. And so I just want to make to my submission, just summarise the 3 points that I had made, which I suppose raises my concerns around this SOP and why I oppose this SOP as it currently is at the moment. The first point is around, you know, what happened to evidence? You know, a lot of what we do is important because it's based on an evidential-based system, and we've got to provide evidence. The proposed changes to self-identification, where no medical evidence is required for the change, and removal of all references to medical treatment, sexual reassignment, and physical confirmation is a real concern. That information could be held in a confidential place, but what you're effectively doing is that you're removing those elements. And also too, paragraph 62 of the regulatory impact statement actually talk about medical evidence provides a high level of integrity. The medical evidence requirement, the letter of support from health professionals, you know, they can be all done in ways to remove the shame that people have talked about, so that they're done in a way that's considerate and appropriate, but still retain that. And I just want to appeal to you that, you know, you need to look at another option that you can still retain what's in effect statutory roles of responsibility. A birth certificate and a passport have those particular roles. And as has been mentioned in paragraph 2 of the regulatory impact statement, that the medical evidence provides that level of integrity. Once you remove it, you're removing that integrity. My second point is who decided to remove the safeguards? You know, the Department of Internal Affairs again stated in its advice to the committee the consequences for an individual changing their registered sex quote. The department, sorry, their sex, that's the quote. The department notes the proposed self-identification process. And in SOPs 22B and 22C, what we've done now, what we see the new amendments is to remove those requirements for the Registrar General to have satisfaction for that evidence that's available there. That's a safeguard that the Ministry of DIA had already stated. Those are now being removed, and I think that's a real concern. The last thing I want to make is just around, you know, what's the fear in talking to the people? You would have seen that the previous Minister of Internal Affairs, the Honourable Tracy Martin, she deferred this bill because it lacked consultation into our communities. And this is exactly the case. I mean, it already states it in the regulatory impact statement. The department has said, as a form of a disclaimer, there hasn't been adequate time to engage fully with the population. And I think that's a real concern, but it's a responsibility upon you as legislators to do the work that's there. Look, you can see there's been a lack of opportunity of time. You know, when Nicola, you asked the question to Anna Kerr about other jurisdictions across the internationally who are looking at this piece of legislation. And if you don't have it in front of you, then that raises a concern for me that not about you and your integrity, but have we allowed you time as a select committee to be advised and to be looking into this evidence? What you'll be doing is putting into law this process. You know, to you, Elizabeth Kirekire, you know, one of the things that's shown in Counting Ourselves survey is there was a lack of ethnic participation. And it's the same case here. There is no engagement with our Māori, our Pacifico, our Chinese and others. And what we're going to have, and you know, I don't like using this word, but it's more of a colonial process that lacks to engage with our communities and our people who are most vulnerable. And so I say to you, why are you not taking the time to do the right job in the right way, in the right appropriate way? Because this will impact our communities. You've heard the submissions that have been put forward. Why not take the time, do your job well, get the right evidence that's important, that's there for you, so that you can't be questioned on your integrity of process. So I just want to put that to the committee, and happy to take any questions if I've got any time.
You've used your 5 minutes. I think you had a little timer there for you, which yeah, we have used the 5 minutes and we are short of time today. But thank you very much for coming and presenting, and you're very welcome, Alfred, to stay and listen to further submitters. Nice to see you.
Okay, thank you.
And next we've got Andrew Scott.